Hey, what's up, guys? Tiger Paul Craven coming back at you with another video. Just here to talk about the Clemson Pitt game coming up this weekend. Number 23 Pitt taking on an unranked Clemson team. It's a little weird to say that Clemson is unranked, but at the end of the day, this is where Clemson is. And, you know, it is what it is at this point. This is the Clemson team in 2021. And we're going to talk a little bit in this video about my thoughts on the game and where kind of Clemson stands, where Pitt stands, and then kind of how I see this game playing out. So I want to talk about a little bit of the stats for this week. I want to talk about the stats on the Clemson offense, Clemson defense, and the Pitt offense and the Pitt defense this year, and where they rank in the national standings. So we'll start with the Pitt offense. The Pitt offense has been electric this week. Or, excuse me, not this week, but this year. The Pitt offense has been on fire. Okay, they are ranked second in points per game. They are ranked fourth in yards per game. They got the fifth best passing offense. They got the 53rd rushing offense, and then total offense for the year, Pitt has the fourth ranked total offense for the year, as opposed to the Clemson offense that has been abysmal in this season. The Clemson offense has been struggling. If you've watched any of Clemson games, you know this. This is not a surprise. And the Clemson offense is ranked 113 in points per game, 115 in yards per game. They are the 107th ranked passing offense, the 85th ranked rushing offense, and they're 115th in total offense. So those are two stark differences between the Pitt offense and the Clemson offense. It couldn't be more different between these two teams when it comes to offense. Pitt's offense is averaging, I think it's 48 points a game. Clemson is just barely making the 20-point per game mark on the offensive side of the ball. The Clemson offense can't sustain drives. They can't put up points. And that's just kind of where Clemson has been all season through their first 6 games this season. The Pitt offense has just been lighting it up on that side of the ball. Kenny Pickett has been just, I mean, he's a Heisman contender. He is just making great decisions. He is moving the ball down the field. He is just lighting up college football when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Even in their one loss this season, I think Kenny Pickett threw for 6 touchdowns, so it wasn't his fault for that loss. But be that as it may, they do have one loss on the season. Now, let's look at the defenses. Let's compare the defenses. Pitt's defense is 34 in points per game, 17 in yards per game. They got the 58th passing defense, 17th rushing defense, and they are 26 overall in total defense, according to the NCAA. Clemson's defense, they are 4th in points per game, 27th in yards per game, 32nd for the pass defense, 30th for the rush defense, and they're 23 overall for total defense. So Clemson has a great defense, but at the same time, Pitt's got a pretty good defense, to say the least, coming up in this matchup this weekend. Now, this game will be played in Heinz Field. Clemson will head to the Ketchup Bottle Field this weekend, and they will take on Pitt. And for the first time in a long time, Clemson will be the underdog in an ACC regular season matchup. I've seen a couple different takes on Clemson being a regular season underdog matchup in an ACC game. I've seen a couple people say that it's the 2014 game against Florida State for being the last time Clemson was not favored in an ACC game. Some people say it's the 2016 Lamar Jackson Louisville team. I haven't looked it up myself, guys, but those are the two games that I've heard in the previews that I have watched leading up to this game. So, like I said, I don't know which one it is, but it's been a very, very, very long time since Clemson has not been a favorite when it comes to a regular season ACC game. For now, I looked it up before I made this video. I think Pitt is a 3-point favorite in this game heading into the Heinz Field matchup between Clemson and Pitt. Pitt is a 3-point favorite, and they have been 8-2 in their last 10 games against the spread, or their last 9 games against the spread. Clemson is 0-6 this season against the spread. Clemson has not covered a single spread this season, and I'd be surprised if they cover any spread this season, to be completely honest. This defense for Clemson is literally conducting CPR. They are doing chest compressions on this Clemson offense week in and week out, and just hoping that they can put up enough points to lead to a win. Clemson, I mean, they're just not putting up enough points. Clemson defense is giving the Clemson offense every chance to win a game every single week. Week in and week out this season, Clemson defense has put up a superior performance, and they have put up enough of a performance to win a game every single week this season, and it just hasn't been the case. The offense cannot move the ball consistently. They can't put up enough points, and they can't stay on the field. Now, like I said, Pitt's offense is averaging 48 points. Clemson's offense is averaging 20. So where do we think this game is going to, that's the question for this game. Where do we think this game is going to lie? I think the over-under is 48 for this game. So it would take a monumental performance by the defense and Britt Venables, the defensive coordinator for Clemson, to give Clemson a chance to win this game. Now, you can take a look at Pitt's strength of schedule this season, and you can look at it and say, you know, they've played some bad defenses. They've plagued some bad defenses, and they've put up some big numbers. That's one way you can take Pitt's schedule so far. But another thing you can look at is the third down conversion for Pitt's offense, and then also the third down conversions for the Clemson defense. So the third down conversion for the Pitt offense, they're making 54 or 56% on third down. They're converting 56% of their third down plays. The Clemson defense has not been really great in this category. As much as Clemson defense has been playing well, we have not played great on third down. We are allowing the opposing offenses 40% conversion on third down. So we're not exactly getting off the field on a consistent basis, and that could spell trouble for Clemson this weekend. That could spell trouble for our defense, We could end up not getting off the field when we need to, and we know Clemson's offense can't sustain drives. We know Clemson's offense is not going to stay on the field for a lengthy amount of time to give our defense a breather. So that could be another thing working against Clemson's favor in this game against Pitt. Another thing you can take away, another thing that I've heard people say, is Kenny Pickett's lack of success against Brent Venables and his defensive scheme and his defenses in the past. You got Kenny Pickett, who I think back when the Pitt Panthers went to the ACC championship game, I think he threw for single digits in that game. So Clemson defense in the past has owned Kenny Pickett when it comes to his production. Now, he looks like a completely different quarterback this season, and I believe he is a completely different quarterback this season. However, Clemson's defense has had a lot of success against Pitt. Brent Venables has been able to scheme up Kenny Pickett for the most part. So we'll see when it comes to that matchup. That's probably the biggest matchup when it comes to deciding whether Pitt's going to be able to continue their success on offense and continue to put up major points, or whether Brent Venables can scheme it up and really limit Kenny Pickett and maybe force him into some turnovers. So if you look in the past of the Clemson-Pitt matchups, Brent Venables has been able to bait Kenny Pickett into some turnovers, into some bad plays. But at the end of the day, Clemson's offense has to be able to put up some points. I think Pitt is going to be able to put up some points against the Clemson defense. I think the Clemson defense is great. I think the Clemson defense is good enough to win the ACC championship game. Will they have the opportunity? I don't know. That's all based on the offense and whether they can put it together and figure out how to put drives together and put points on the board. Our defense needs help. Our defense is literally on the field for like 40 out of 60 minutes on almost every game we've played this year. Our defense has just been stranded this entire year. So can Clemson find some drives where they can extend some drives and they can put some points on the board? That question remains to be answered. I do know that Pitt's defense is better than Syracuse, and I thought coming out of a bye week last week that Clemson's offense would look a lot better. I thought they would do some self-scouting. I thought they would figure out some stuff that this offense could be good at. Obviously, we are not the Clemson offense of old. We are not the Clemson offense that is super explosive. But I thought this coaching staff could come into the Syracuse game after a bye week and figure out what this particular offense and this particular group of offensive players could be good at. And that was clearly not the case last week. I was at the game and we did not look good. There was receivers dropping the ball. There was DJ overthrowing receivers. There was DJ back in the pocket holding the ball too long. There was a number of reasons that Clemson's offense was not successful when it comes to them not, just being successful on offense. Pitt is ranked, one of the best offenses in the ACC, if not the best offense in the ACC. I think Clemson is probably the best defense in the ACC. So that's a matchup that I'm looking forward to see. I'm excited to see that matchup. I'm excited to see that kind of cat and mouse between Brent Venables and the offensive staff over on Pitt. But we'll see what it is. Clemson's offense is going to have to put up some points, I think, if they have a chance to win this game. I really think they have to put up some points. I know Pitt's offense is ranked 12th on yards per play. Clemson's offense is ranked like in the 50s, like 58, 60, somewhere in there on yards per play. So unless Clemson figures out something on offense that we have not seen yet this year, I don't think Clemson wins this game, to be completely honest. Pitt is a 3-point favorite, and I think that's about right. I don't think Pitt's going to run away with this game. But at the same time, in order for this game in order for Clemson to have a chance to win this game, the offense is going to have to find some plays. They're going to have to find some drives, which they did in the Syracuse game, but it was only a couple drives. The receivers have to stop dropping receptions, and DJ has to start putting the ball into a place where the receivers can make plays. Now, will all that come together? People betting for Clemson, they think eventually Clemson's going to find it. The Clemson offense is eventually going to, have success against a defense. But honestly, at this time, we're 6 games into the season, and Clemson's offense has looked exactly the same for all 6 games. It's not good. It's terrible. We can't move the ball, and we're abysmal on offense. Is this the week that Clemson turns it around, figures it out on offense? I don't know, but I don't really think so. I think Clemson probably loses this game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be another nail-biter down to the wire. I think that's the kind of game Clemson's going to play for the rest of the season. But at the end of the day, I think Pitt's offense might just be too explosive for Clemson to keep up. Not necessarily defense. I think our defense will hold them to a lower score than they're used to. They're used to 48 points a game. I don't think Pitt gets anywhere near the 40s in this game. I think our defense is that good. But at the same time, I'm not sure our offense can put up enough points, even if our defense has a stellar performance. So that's kind of my thoughts on the game, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments below. It's just, this is Clemson this season. And I think Dabo Swinney has started coming around to it in his press conferences. He started saying that the offense stinks, which we all know that. It's very evident that our offense is not good. And yeah, I mean, that's just where we're at this season. I look to Dabo Swinney in the offseason. I hope we make some changes. I hope we improve on the offensive side of the ball this offseason. I hope we improve on the offensive line for sure this offseason. But this is definitely a game that I see Clemson dropping. So I think this will be our 3rd loss of the season. And, hopefully that spurs some sort of some self-reflection on Clemson's team this season. But that's my thoughts on the game, guys. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what your score prediction is. Tell me who you think's going to win the game, why you think they're going to win the game, and where you think Clemson goes from here if they do lose the game, or if they win the game. Do you think there will still be the same changes in the offseason? Tiger Paul Craven checking out.